All right, let's just dive right into this. Welcome to the damage control room for today's explainer. I want you to go ahead and put on your project manager hat, maybe grab a really strong cup of coffee, and pull up a chair. We are stepping right into the middle of a critical corporate postmortem. Look, things have gone wrong, and we need to unpack exactly why, using the highly precise language required for high stakes business environments.
Picture this scenario for a second. We just lost our absolute biggest client. Or even worse, maybe we totally missed the deadline on a massive multi-million-dollar pitch. The mood in the office is incredibly heavy, and it's driven by these desperate, looping thoughts running through literally everyone's minds right now. If only we had checked the deadline. It's that classic, completely ruin your whole day corporate moment we've all experienced at some point. But how do we actually articulate this massive frustration constructively?
So, the absolutely crucial point here is this. How do we analyze a professional failure in English? Like, how do we communicate these total past regrets without sounding overly emotional, defensive, or, worst of all, unprofessional? Well, in a global business environment, you really need the right structural tools to express criticism and hypothesize about what exactly went wrong. You need to sound like a leader who is actively learning a lesson, not just someone sitting around complaining about the past.
Okay, here is our executive meeting agenda for this session. 1. Project postmortem analysis. 2. The third conditional for past hypotheses. 3. Mixed conditionals for present impact. 4. A classic errors clinic. And 5. A practical rewriting exercise. Let's get to work.
Step 1 on the agenda, project postmortem analysis. So the dust has finally settled, the client is unfortunately gone, and the undeniable fact staring us in the face is that the project failed. The stakes literally couldn't be higher, and this is the exact moment where teams either completely fall apart or they learn how to adapt and thrive. Because, let's be real, pointing fingers doesn't rebuild a client relationship. To analyze the root causes of our failure professionally, we really have to look backward. We have to create logical, totally objective hypotheses about the past. It's like we need to construct these alternative timelines to understand where the exact point of failure occurred, just so we can ensure it never ever happens again.
Moving right along to step 2, the third conditional for past hypotheses. Let's break down the actual mechanics here. The third conditional formula is if plus the past perfect, followed by would have plus the past participle. Now, you have to remember, this structure is entirely locked in the past. It's strictly about a condition in the past that did not happen, leading to a result in the past that also did not happen. It is literally the ultimate grammatical tool for expressing total past regrets while maintaining complete 100% professional composure. Let's see how this actually builds in a real corporate scenario. Look at these postmortem regrets. If we had checked the deadline, we would have submitted the bid. The painful reality, we didn't check it, so we didn't submit it. Or how about if the client had seen the data, they would have signed. The reality there, they didn't see it, so they just walked away. Notice how clean and objective this sounds? It totally removes the raw emotion and replaces it with this crisp analytical reflection. You are clearly stating the cause and the missed effect. On to step 3, mixed conditionals, focusing on present impact. But hey, what happens when the mistakes of yesterday are actively hurting our bottom line today? Notice the contrast in the time frames here. We just discussed the pure third conditional, right? Where a past condition leads directly to a past result. But a mixed conditional, it bridges the gap across time. It actually connects an action not taken in the past to a totally changed reality right now. For example, looking at a classic B2 learning scenario. If I had accepted that job, I would live in Bratislava now. See that? Past decision, totally different present location. Let's anchor this with a pretty visceral corporate example. If we had won the pitch, we would be celebrating right now. Oof, you can almost feel the pain in that statement, right? The condition, winning the pitch, was totally in the past. But the result, the celebration, is something we are missing out on in this exact moment today. We use if plus the past perfect for that missed past event, and would plus the base verb for the present reality. It just perfectly captures the ongoing sting of a lost opportunity.
All right, step 4, the classic errors clinic. Okay, please consider this an executive intervention for a critical compliance issue that absolutely ruins your professional credibility when speaking English in a high-level meeting. Do not say, if I would have known. I am officially putting on my strict corporate compliance officer hat right now. Duplicating the would have auxiliary inside the if clause is a super dangerous habit. Actually, scratch that. It's a credibility killer, and it's often caused by directly translating from your native language. The correct, highly polished executive form is simply, if I had known. Let's go ahead and lock in these compliance rules right now so this stubborn error never returns to your outbox. Rule 1, never ever put would in the if clause. Just don't do it. Rule 2, the if clause takes the past perfect. And Rule 3, keep the result strictly separate in the main clause with would have plus the past participle. Honestly, think of it like a firewall in your IT department. You absolutely must keep the if condition totally separated from the would result to maintain system integrity.
And finally, step 5, a practical rewriting exercise. Let's take a moment to transform some blunt, really painful facts into sophisticated hypotheses. So if the real situation is, we didn't prepare, so we are losing money today, we can rewrite this as a mixed conditional. If we had prepared, we wouldn't be losing money today. Or consider a common career roadblock. I didn't learn English, so I am not a manager. We take full ownership of that by saying, if I had learned English, I would be a manager now. This just beautifully communicates the impact of a past deficit using highly sophisticated structures. As we close out this postmortem explainer today, I want to leave you with a final thought to really reflect on as you go back to your respective teams. And I'm going to use the exact target grammar we've just mastered. If you had learned this earlier, how would your last meeting have changed? Seriously, think about those past moments of miscommunication or frustration. Mastering these conditionals doesn't just fix your grammar, it completely upgrades your entire professional strategy. So keep practicing, and I'll see you in the next explainer.